Trafford as a backdrop across Salford Quays. What more can you want on a Friday afternoon? I'll tell you what more you could want on a Friday afternoon. That's a nice pint to go with it as well. I promise you, I'm not rubbing it in for you people that are still in the office in work. We're talking United. Get us on, get your earpieces in if you are working away. I'm not rubbing it in, I promise you. But yeah, we're talking Conor Gallagher today. We're talking Mason Greenwood today. We're talking Lindelof. We're talking a little bit of Casemiro as well. I want to keep it real. There's a lot of crap going on right now. An awful lot of, I would say, bollocks news. And there's a lot of people just reporting things for the sake of reporting them. I wanted to do a bit of an opinion piece as well today, give my thoughts on where I think United should go. There has been some rumours come out as well about Manchester United realistically only having like 15 to 20 million to spend on certain players. And do you know what? There's not a chance that is what's happening with Manchester United. It's circulated from the Joshua Zirkzee deal, where it's now trying to be played down in some quarters that United are interested, but it's nowhere near as far on as what was reported in the first place. I mean, it's one story for one for another. I tend to listen to the bigger names when it comes to media stories and things like that, and try not to go over the top with what's actually going on. Give an opinion and get your thoughts on it, guys. Please give the video a like for starters off, do hit the subscribe button, and please say hello to Kaz, because she's on comms, sat in the background. I will tell you, yes, with a pint of her own as well, so it's not just me living it up here in the sun on Salford Quays right now. Kaz?
Good afternoon, everyone. I won't rub it in by showing you the pint, though, like Adam did.
No, we can't even see you, so you're not going to be able to, are you?
Yeah, I could put it in front of the screen, but I'm not going to do it.
No. How is everyone in the chat so far, Kaz?
We're all good. Gray's asking Welsh if he's Welsh, which made me laugh.
Football related.
Lots of our regulars in there.
Morning,
Gray, Jordan, boxing, Stu's in there, James, Sim. I know Steph was in earlier. We've got Henry. Anyone I've missed, I apologise, but please get your chats in.
Get your comments in, guys. Give me your thoughts on what we're talking about right now. I'm going to start with Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood is the most likely player, you would say, out of everyone at the club that needs to be sold, that's close to getting anywhere near done. Obviously, we've heard yesterday about Lazio throwing their name into the hat, so that makes it 3 top Italian clubs now in for Mason Greenwood's signature. Obviously, we have Lazio, we heard about yesterday. We've known about Juventus's interest, and obviously we've got Napoli as well. But Lazio, 30 million for Mason Greenwood. I think it's now looking like Juventus have pushed ahead of them. So clearly, if they're ahead of that, then we've got a bigger bid coming in. Like, Manchester United are desperate to try and get rid of Mason Greenwood right now. The problem we've got with Mason Greenwood, and the issue is that from his side of it, from his camp, it looks like he wants to be back in Spain. He's trying to push across for the Spain move, and we know obviously that Valencia have tabled a bid of around about 25 million for Greenwood. Nowhere near enough for what we need. We desperately need funds to get into the transfer window and start purchasing players ourselves. We talked only last night that United are not willing to go much more on the price with Jarrod Branthwaite, and Jarrod Branthwaite, with the Everton situation, is looking a bit more gloomier by the day. We talked about it last night about Everton standing firm and have no intention whatsoever of lowering their bid for Jarrod Branthwaite. And Manchester United now are stuck, probably looking at other options. We talked also about the opportunity to possibly bring in Bremer from Juventus. Now straight away that brings Greenwood into the equation, because if Juventus have moved forward in negotiations and are now ahead of the likes of Lazio, Valencia, Getafe, Napoli, all of the teams that are looking at Mason Greenwood, then we have an opportunity to possibly make a purchase in a defender that we desperately need, because we at least need one. It's getting to a point right now with United's transfers where I'm still not panicking yet. I'm all right with the players that we had last season, apart from clear and obvious departures that need replacing, i.e. Raphael Varane needs to be Manchester United's priority. Ten Hag has been talking about this team being good enough to compete if everybody is fit. Now all that's happening at the moment is Luke Shaw's finding his fitness at England, Martinez is playing again, so everybody that was injured last season is now going to be fit. And I know you need a little bit of depth, and Ten Hag moans about that, but Manchester United realistically have backed Ten Hag in keeping him in a job, and it could be a case of going into this season without having too much spent and too many new players come in the way it's going at the moment. We are desperately seeking buyers for our players and the players that we need to get out of this club. 35 to 40 million for Mason Greenwood needs to happen. If it does turn out to be Jarrod Branthwaite, it's not going to happen, and we find out about that very soon, hopefully. One way or the other, let's just get away from it and move on. I think we then do have to look at Bremer at Juventus and possibly Mason Greenwood moving in on that deal as well. Kaz, we've got a super chat in there, have we?
We do. We've got Mark, our friend Mark. He has said, sell Mason, but not to a team in European competitions.
I don't think we can be too picky, to be honest, mate. With that, we're strapped for cash, and United really do need to just get rid of Mason Greenwood to the highest bidder right now.
Jason's in the chat. He says, Adam, love the scenery, mate. Nice bit of relaxation after all the stress of this season's football.
It's much needed as well, buddy. I'll say that. Like, you take advantage of what you can, well you can, and this is just a nice little sort of, you know, something different, just to try and get over, like you said, what is going on. But to be honest, mate, I'm finding myself more stressed about how Manchester United are dealing with things through the summer. I always am. Honestly, like, the summers are always a pain with United, but we're about what left of June, just over a week left of June. 1 month down, then we're talking July, pre-season officially starting. We'll get a bit more. I think we'll get a bit more action in July. I think this is the calm before the storm, mate. Another one, Kaz?
Yeah, good point actually by Vinicius. He says Ten Hag's hasn't signed his contract yet either.
No, he's not. He doesn't have to either. He can just sit on the money on his veto and everything that he's got right now, and then prove to Ineos that he can actually have a say on transfers and turn his team around. There's a lot of pressure on him next season.
And then Mike says, really glad about no more money for Branthwaite, overhyped, only one season for a crap team. Chris Jackson in the chat says, just waiting for the missus to finish off, then we'll be heading down to the Keys for a cold one, Adam and Kaz. Highly recommend.
Yes. Well, I don't know if we'll still be here. We're here for a little bit yet, aren't we? So we're enjoying it. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up, guys, and I will get another pint if we get to a certain amount of likes.
What do you mean you will get another pint? You didn't even get the first one.
You can grab them, sure.
Everyone asked Adam how many breakfasts he had this morning.
No, let's not. Come on, let's get back on football talk. By the way, guys, we are doing a watch along for the Holland versus France game tonight. Link is in the description, guys. If there's any mods in there, you want to just drop that link in to the chat for people as well. That'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Leo's asking what time is the watch along tonight.
We start at 7:30. Kick-off is 8 o'clock. So if you want to get on, have a say, then please do. Straight after that, we are going to be live on YouTube. We are going to be doing a new show tonight. It's a panel show, a debate show, something different with faces that you may know and new faces that are making their debut on YouTube tonight. So big night for some, and obviously we want to get you guys involved, cheering them on and getting involved in the chat as well. So we're going to have a late night debate show tonight, something different that I'm working on to bring in for the new season as well.
Faces that you might know and new faces that you might know, and we'll just leave it there.
Well said, yeah, we'll leave it at that. So you know who you are, may even be in the chat right now. But hey, moving on to what else is going on with Manchester United. Obviously Mason Greenwood is a big part. There's a lot of opinions flying around at the moment on certain players that Manchester United should be going for. If Manchester United are struggling for money, then you've got to start looking at possible swerve ball deals that Sir Jim Ratcliffe said cannot happen in that interview yesterday. So I think it is a load of bollocks. Honestly, I think it is a load of crap. United are reportedly looking at or interested in Conor Gallagher as well. Now, I have no problem at all with that signing. I think Conor Gallagher would be an improvement on Manchester United right now. But I just don't think Manchester United are going to go to Chelsea and give Chelsea the money that we gave for Mason Mount, which is what I think Chelsea are looking for Conor Gallagher. I would wait on Conor Gallagher and say, look, there's a contract here for you next season. We're going to be in the Champions League. Come to United on a free. That's what I'd be saying to Conor Gallagher. If it was Ineos in last summer, we wouldn't have Mason Mount right now. Guarantee we wouldn't have Mason Mount at the football club right now. We would be waiting it out, and Mason Mount possibly would be coming in this summer on a free transfer. but he's definitely not going to be at Manchester. He definitely wouldn't have been at Manchester United last summer if Ineos were in charge. They wouldn't have been stupid enough to spend that amount of money on a player that's got one more year left on his contract. So, yeah, with that, the midfield area, we know where we've got issues. Casemiro is ageing. Apparently on Casemiro as well, the noises and the rumours coming out and the news circulating in the media was that he was very close to going to Saudi Arabia. A lot of communications have happened and a lot has been said, a lot has been done, a lot has been put in place, and then it's apparently collapsed for some reason. And Casemiro now is not on the cards for Saudi. Whether that gets revisited and comes back again, I don't know. But again, another massive, massive concern for Manchester United, that we are not going to be able to get rid of the players we thought we would, that are going to gain some money for us so we can reinvest. And it could be, the longer this window goes on, the more I think we're going to be looking at some very familiar faces being straight back in that side next season. And then we'll be asking the question, have Ineos backed Ten Hag? Is Ten Hag going to prove what he said he could last season without any injuries and getting this squad over the line? There's going to be more debate within the fan base, but one thing it will do is definitely it'll put a bad slant, and it'll put Ineos in the shade, I think, with a lot of the fan base. It'll straight away get everything off on the wrong foot, I feel, if we don't get certain players in this summer, and big questions will be asked. Questions, Kaz?
Yeah, Henry in the chat says, you are right, Kaz, he could not wait to show off his pint. Stu's got a comment in, he says, Graham said, show us the hollow legs.
No. Let's just move football. Any football, guys?
Richie says, Lindelof looks odds on to leave, apparently his agent has flown to England. Anthony says, weather looks great there in Manchester, it's a normal, dull, depressing day in Belfast. And Dilfire says, what's up guys, thanks for the awesome shows, Adam. Let's show our appreciation by smashing the likes, guys.
Yes, please. How many likes are we on already?
Looking at, I think 65 we're on.
Not enough, guys. Come on, let's get up to that 100 mark. Just over 10 minutes in, I think, now. So please get onto that. Yeah, in terms of Lindelof, good point brought up there, because that's another player in the news. The Fenerbahce, I don't know if it was the president or someone, chief negotiator, is coming over to Manchester or coming over to wherever to negotiate a deal possibly for Victor Lindelof. 10 million euros, which isn't a lot of money, but let's be honest, if we're getting about 8 million quid for Lindelof right now rather than nothing next summer, I'm all in. He's a player that's not going to do anything for us next season, I don't think, or good enough to do anything for us. It's just, how far is 8 million quid going to go in this transfer market for Manchester United, in investing that back in to players that we need and the quality that we need? It's not a lot. It really isn't a lot, and I just feel like it right now. It's scraping together as many players as possible and getting them out of the door, and then just trying to bring in maybe one or two. That's what it sounds like. I've always been convinced that Manchester United will bring in 3/4 players this summer. Obviously, as targets go down and more people look like there's no chance of him actually coming to Manchester United, then it gets a little bit more worrying with the days that pass. But let's not forget, when the transfer window shuts, and that is the 1st of September, so there's an awful long time to go until that window is shut, and there's an awful long time for Manchester United to get deals done. Things could happen in certain areas, like we could revisit Jarrod Branthwaite if we say no. Everton might change their minds later down the line. He may put a transfer request in. United could come back, but right now we are right, and I feel like we need to just walk away from Jarrod Branthwaite and just forget about it, and just say, do you know what, that was the old United, and then maybe let's see what happens later on in the transfer window. Lindelof going for 8 million, it's just a needs be. That's what it is. Like, he has to go. He has to go, because there is no point in us keeping a player that clearly we don't want, and he's just going to walk away on a free next summer. So just let's get that deal done. Let's get 120 grand a week off the wage bill again and get a little bit of cash back in. You've got that in, you'll have the Alvaro Fernandez deal, so that adds up to what, round about possibly 15 million for the pair. If you can sell Mason Greenwood for 35 million, then you're up to 50. Maybe we can get rid of Jadon Sancho and Casemiro, then that's over 100 million, and it all starts to look a little bit different. But United need to concentrate, I feel, on getting some players out now, because what we're bargaining with and what we're negotiating with price-wise, where it's good that we've actually got a budget and we're sticking to it and we're not going above it, it's also a hindrance in the fact that we cannot just add a couple of mil here or there to make a deal happen. It's going to need a little bit more. Like, it's good having that base rate and not going higher, but sometimes 1 or 2 million more just to get a deal done, it goes a long way. And selling a few players is where Manchester United can add that to this summer. So yeah, when you look at it all and the things that we can do, and it's sadly then you're looking at the situation in midfield again. Like, we've got to spend 20 million to bring Amrabat in. This is a player that we counted on last season. So if we realistically look at it, we could have the same midfield, but it's cost us 20 million more going into this new season. So we've really not improved at all, but it's cost us 20 million. We're scraping for defenders with the finances that we've got, and we still need another forward in. So yeah, I am a little bit concerned looking at it in the outlook. It does look a bit pessimistic. I understand if it looks a bit negative, but I'm just trying to be real in what's actually happening right now, and that's just how I'm reading it. I'm not overly concerned and panicking just yet that we haven't done too much business. There's plenty of time, and I think United do have to. I think we do have to be in to I'd say like the middle of the transfer window. So we've maybe sold a few players to make certain other deals happen. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Give it another couple of weeks. Euros finished, and I think we'll start seeing a lot more action. We've got some comments in, Kaz.
We've got Charlie in the chat. He says Lindelof 10 million. Buy. Stu's there. He says Adam hates it when we talk about random stuff and not football.
And you just have to bring that one up, didn't you? Yeah.
Mark's there as well. Says Adam, I'm starting to think that Ineos want to lower the wage bill more than get good prices for players we sell. What's your thoughts?
Lower the wage bill, definitely agree with that, 100%.
Mike also says more interested in who is going. A couple of players in July in certain positions will change the perception of this window. Yeah,
agree with that. And going back to what you said about the wage bill there, the other comment previously, he's dead right. Like, the wage bill needs to be something, because that works alongside PSR. And Ineos know if they're looking to the minor gains that they go on about so much, then you do need to hit that wage bill, because it costs Manchester United multi-millions. I think Manchester United's wage bill will be, from what I think we're second or third in the league for the highest wage bill. I think we'll be probably, after Ineos' first summer, down to maybe 5th or 6th highest wage bill in the league. And that's crazy to say it, and it seems a bit drastic, but you only have to look at the players that are supposedly on the way out or have already gone. And it makes a significant chunk come off that wage bill. So Ineos definitely hitting the wages. Another one there, Kaz?
Yeah, Stu's upset that I didn't read out his football-related message, so I'm going to read that out. It says, where is the money we're saving on Varane and Martial's wages? You could buy someone with that, surely.
No, apparently I was told that the wages budget is different to the transfer fee budget. So what you save in wages is set for wages. They're a separate entity, like a different budget for each one. So we have a transfer fee budget and then a wage budget. It's run very similar to like the NFL is, in a way that they have a certain amount of wages and a budget for wages that they can afford each month. Can we fit this player coming into this wage structure? What can we offer this player in this wage structure? And if it fits in with that budget. But what we save on wages doesn't really go towards transfer fees. I learned that quite quickly, because I was thinking the same, Stu, on that one actually. Go on, Kaz.
Yeah, we've got Adam Gelman, our friend from Minnesota, in the chat, and he says at least we've got Ten Hag.
Yeah, well said, Adam. Thanks, mate.
There's a little bit of a discussion going back and forth with people in terms of players that are not here anymore and what we've done with their wages. Mark's answered everyone and basically said we've given it to Rashford.
Yeah.
Well,
that's another side of that argument, which definitely needs bringing up.
Dilfire says, I would love Neves, but which realistic midfielder would you like us to go for, Adam?
Neves. I know we can afford him. We have another super chat in.
We've got a gifted membership from the Honest Tiger, and that's gone to Sim Sim.
Well done, Sim
so you're not
Sim.
grey anymore, Sim Sim.
Thank you as well, Honest Tiger. That means we must have passed 100 likes.
We have 102 likes, so yes, we've got almost 300 watching. So Please like and also share the video, guys. It would really help.
Yes, please get on to make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, guys. I know it's difficult. Well, there's not much football action going on to talk Manchester United, and it does seem a bit doom and gloom, but I'm just going to add to that now by bringing up Sir Jim Ratcliffe's comments that were added from that interview with Bloomberg yesterday, alongside all of the unpleasant surprises that he was talking about, why he kept Ten Hag, the situation with UEFA in the Premier League and what he was saying there. He's also come out and said that he's going to take 3 summer transfer windows to get Manchester United straight. So this being number 1, I think this is the foundation window. This is where you need to get rid of the high earners, the big wages, the problem child sort of players that were in this squad. That's what you need. And yeah, it's a realistic look. I haven't really got a problem. With him saying that, because I think every single United fan knows that we need to get rid of players before we can actually start bringing the proper players in, because it's not just the money, it's not just what we're saving to actually afford to buy players, it's the fact we've got to make bleeding room, because the squad is too big. And Ten Hag has been moaning squad depth. Squad depth is there. It's squad depth quality and depth. That's the problem we've got. And do you know what? It's an issue because Ten Hag has already come out and said that the players that are in this squad are not good enough. And I think he's going to be able to go back on that if Ineos don't do a lot of business this season. It's probably going to be used as an excuse against what football we see on the pitch. One thing I don't want to see happen is standards drop on the pitch and it be used as an excuse that Ineos hasn't backed Ten Hag this summer. He's been given no money to spend, and we haven't had the right players brought into the squad to help him out. I'm not having it. I don't want to hear it. I expect more from Ten Hag next season. Now he's got no responsibilities off the pitch. I expect more from what he's got with this squad right now. Yes, central defender needs to come in. Yes, central midfielder needs to come in, and a striker needs to come in. I will give him that leeway in terms of squad depth, because we are short in quality in them areas with what's going to happen this summer. More comments, Kaz?
Yeah, interesting one from Gehan. He says, I'm more focused on who goes out than our potential signings. They will need to use the January window too. And I was mentioning this to you yesterday as well, I think, with Todibo. If us or Lille were not in the Europa League come January, would you be able to sign someone like that then?
Interesting question. I don't think anyone's looked into it. I think it's the initial, we cannot sign him now, and everyone naffed off because we can't get a player in because we've got dual ownership, and they're automatically blaming Sir Jim Ratcliffe for that. But it is a fair point. Can United buy Todibo come January if, in fact, one of the teams has been knocked out of the Europa League? That's the rule, and I think there must be a way around it, or a loophole in it. So, yeah, it's horrible to say, but then you're going down the realms of have they? No, they wouldn't have deliberately played bad just to come out of a competition or anything like that. But it's a weird one, isn't it? The fact that we've had to wait 6 months. The season could be over for us by then, and I don't want that. I want organisation now before the start of the season. I don't want to have to wait for Todibo. If the deal can be done, then that's fine in January, but I still expect Manchester United to have bought a centre-back before this window shuts. Otherwise, it's a sham of a window. It really is. And it's not a great start for Ineos at all. Go on, Kaz, more comment?
Yeah, Stephanie says she's relieved that Mainu didn't get 5-minute cameo last night. He'd probably caught the blame for the poor result and performance by the media muppets.
Yeah, probably would have been saying that how poor Declan Rice was simply down to Mainu's 5 minutes on the pitch again, wasn't there? How bad was Declan Rice last night? He was an absolute joke, like most of the England team. All of the big guns from the Premier League failed us last night.
Ryan's also asking, and I saw this asked a few times yesterday, could you buy Todibo and not play him in the Europa League?
This is one that we don't know. We don't know. There must be something. If UEFA have said,
like a cup-tied rule, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it could be. It would look down a similar road to that. Yeah, like cup-tied. You can't play him in this competition. But Nice are not in the Premier League, so we should be able to buy Tadibo and not play him in the Europa League.
Exactly.
It's
as if they've put the rules in place without really thinking about the rules.
Yeah, because there is going to be loopholes through all of the rules. There always is. I mean, you only have to ask Manchester City, they're masters at getting through these loopholes and getting a way around them. But we're going to see. Going back to the free transfer windows with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he said 3 summer transfer windows as well, just to make that right. And I do agree, 3 summer transfer windows is definitely the minimum of what we need to actually get the ball rolling with Manchester United's rebuild. 100% that is what has to happen. Yeah. Any more comments in there, Kaz?
Well, Stu says it's because he put Rice in his fantasy football team, that's why he was rubbish. So I think you should just delete that fantasy league. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it is a joke. It is an absolute joke, that fantasy league.
Joe Blackman also says Southgate must go 100%.
Yeah, I think we'll be talking tonight when we do the watch along on T4 about who the next England manager is again. There's a few tried it last night. I did ask the question, but if anything right now, all this summer has done is fallen into the hands of Ten Hag a little bit. Because Southgate's not doing anything. Ten Hag's jumped onto that one. Ineos haven't been able to find anyone to come in and take Ten Hag's job. I think simply because they haven't got the money, and everybody knows how poor this Manchester United squad is. Like, they're asking managers to perform miracles, I think, in recovering from the season we've just had. So I think the best thing to do is let the man who caused a lot of the problems last season, along with the players, deal with it himself and actually get Manchester United back on track. So yeah, we're going to have to see an awful lot of changed attitudes, a different application next season from a lot of these players, and a massive improvement going forward. Because yeah, it's great talking about the stuff and the work that we're doing off the pitch. Manchester United have been given planning permission for the 50 million regeneration of Carrington, the training ground. I was talking to Sky and some other reporters the other day. Apparently now, because of what Manchester United have done at Carrington with the women's training facilities, which is right and what they should have, but the porta cabins that we've put onto the side of the academy building for the women have now taken over the car park. Now all the media has to be shuttle bussed into Carrington because there's no car parking spaces. There isn't enough parking spaces at Carrington anymore. So the media, when they arrive, they're minibused in to Carrington from the street. Which honestly, there's nothing that Ineos can do right now in Sir Jim. Like, they're just months into the nightmare which is turning Manchester United around. And Sir Jim said in his interviews yesterday, you can be half full, you can be half empty. He's a half full sort of guy. He looks at every problem as a solution. And he's working. Like, they have invested 50 million into Carrington. That's into infrastructure of this football club. Nobody can moan about investment. To come in and do that, that's what's needed. And of course, we want more investment elsewhere in the club. But like he said as well, like, the Glazers have been here for years. It's took them near like 2.5 decades to absolutely destroy Manchester United. It isn't going to get turned around just in, what, a couple of seasons. He's actually really put his neck on the block by saying that in 3 seasons United will be back competing again, because I don't think we're anywhere near 3 seasons. We've got no chance of turning it around in that time. But hey, he's bullish, and I want to keep on with that positive train that he's got and think like he has. But at the moment I need a lot more convincing on it. Go on, Kaz, comments in?
Yep, Graham's in the chat. He says, hello Adam and Kaz, I'm listening. Last work day before the holiday, flying out to Toronto on Tuesday morning.
Nice, so he gets a full day off on Monday to pack, and then he flies out on Tuesday. Good on you, Graham.
Mark also says, so I have heard the reason that Shaw wanted to go with England is that he will be looked after better there by their medical staff than by United. My jaw hit the floor.
Yeah, we've heard that before as well. That is a concern. So Luke Shaw, and the update on him, by the way, is that he's still not training with the England squad. Yeah. So he's not going to be available.
He did train with the England squad at one point, so it's like he's gone back again.
No, he's not. There's a big problem with Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw if we can get someone.
There's a big problem. We need to get rid of him. We can't get rid of him. We need a replacement. We can't afford a replacement. Massive problems for Ineos to deal with right now in this squad. Honestly, I would be looking towards Malacia and looking at him as getting him fit and being our left back into next season. Otherwise, Manchester United, I can feel it now, we are going to be looking in the loan department. Like, so we need to, if we can sell everyone we've talked about, Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Casemiro, who else were we talking? Mason Greenwood, Jadon Sancho. We've already got rid of Alvaro Fernandez. You could get rid of Hannibal. Donny, you're not going to get anything for. You can get rid of all of them players. We can recoup about another £100 million. 100 million easily. And then we can maybe invest it into 4 players and spread them payments out or something like that. We have to be clever. I can see loans coming in as well. I think Amrabat's going to have to be sent back simply because we can't bleed and afford him. How embarrassing is that? Like, you got a player there that's played for United last season who we counted on at the end, who now we cannot afford to keep at the football club. Good God. Kaz, comment?
Yeah, we've got a super chat in from, excuse my pronunciation, but Arnie, I think. Nice to see you, Adam Relaxed.
Yeah.
And we've also got
Thank
Andrew
you,
McLaughlin, who is a Mad Red 2 member. I think
How
that's
long
a
for?
new member.
He's become a new member,
Yep.
sorry. Thank you. Love that.
Sorry, I'm really struggling to see the phone with the sun shining on it, and I'm really not trying to rub it in, but it's the truth.
Stop rubbing it in, Kaz. Is that it? Right, okay, yeah. So pretty much that rounds everything up, really, for us. There's nothing significant to talk about. We'll talk about more later this afternoon if news comes out. I'll keep you posted on all the shows. Obviously, just keep your notifications on for anything coming up. Make sure you join the Discord channel as well. The link is in the description below, guys. If you get in there, you'll find out about stuff that's coming up as well, because sometimes YouTube notifications don't actually work. So if you get onto the Discord, the link is there in the description. Then you can actually get involved in the chat. The conversation continues, and you'll find out exactly what's going on with the show as we go forward. Anything new or extra coming out will be on there as well. Yeah, we'll be back later tonight, don't forget as well. So you could have 2 more shows on FUTV today and the watch along on TIFO, link in description. Make sure you join us for the Holland versus France game later on. And yeah, make sure that you get involved with the guys on the Discord channel and get involved in the chat there as well. Guys, thank you so much. Make sure you give the video a like on the way out. Subscribe to Forever United TV. I'm Adam. She is Kaz. We'll see you all later on this afternoon. And have a great day. Enjoy the football. Enjoy the weather. The weekend is here, people.
Bye-bye.
See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.